last person you need on your team is a mentor. Now, when I was first investing, I felt like most people are investing with, it's like driving a car with a blindfold on. They go out and make the biggest investment decision of their choice without someone to guide them and help them to reduce risk. So it amazed me when you think about, if you want to get your car serviced, use a mechanic. If you want to get your hair cut, when I used to get my hair cut by someone else, I'd use a hairdresser. When I coach my kids, they don't learn basketball or footy themselves. I coach them their teams, and then when they exceed my knowledge, they go and get representative level coaches to keep them going and keep them learning, keep them safe on the path. Investing is the same, but you need to be very clear on what really is an investment mentor and what is a salesperson, which is a wolf in sheep's clothing. So there's lots of companies out there with so-called self-proclaimed gurus in investment, but really all they're doing is putting on that facade so that they can sell you more product. So understanding how someone's paid allows you to understand what service and product they're providing and whether that benefits you or benefits them. Now, I went out and found an old grey-haired investor, Steve, and I still tip my hat and give kudos to Steve on what he's taught me, and I still bounce ideas. I've got a number of different investment mentors that now form a network of people who have really good investment knowledge, and we share ideas regularly. But I was young and naive. I was very bullish in what I wanted to do. Felicity and I were keen to build an investment portfolio, but we didn't understand. So having Steve to look over our shoulder and keep us safe, especially when we went along to the seminars, the big rah-rah events where people would promise the world, and I could take that information back and dissect it with him, and he'd keep me safe and on track. Now, I can be really blunt here. There's no company in the industry that we work in that has the track record of longevity of delivering exceptional client results. And we had to provide for one of our funds the exact results for every client's property and how that performed over the last 20 years against the Australian capital city market. Now, over the last decade, the results, we've updated those, and our clients have beat the Australian capital city markets by 57%. Now, that's life-changing. But, so saying that, you need to get an investment mentor. But if you use OpenCorp, that's fine. If you have another person who's a specialist in investment property, I want you to use a check sheet that I put in my 4-year-old The Property Investor. I'm going to go through some of the questions because it's really going to sort the wheat from the chaff, and it'll unclothe some of those wolves in sheep's clothing. So the mentor checklist, you need to understand this. So what's their company structure? How many team members? How many properties does the company sell each month? Now, the more they sell, this is the trick, the more they sell, the worse the investment you'll get. It's very hard to continually find and secure high-performing properties for clients. So we only do a select amount per month because we want the absolute best properties for our client every time. How many clients do they have? What size is the client's portfolio? What returns have they achieved for their clients? Now, that's every client. They can't just give you a pick and choose the cherries out of it to show you. Show you minimally a decade of returns and see the returns of clients compared to the capital city markets. If they can't provide a comparison, move on. You have to get this comparison because the industry we're in, it should hinge off results, not off hype. So how and how often do they have contact with their clients? What percentage of clients duplicate? At OpenCorp, we've got over 50% of the product we provide to clients are from duplications, people buying again because they've had great results from the first one, so they buy again. Are they licensed to advise? Do they have an Australian Financial Services license? If so, what can they advise on? Now, OpenCorp holds an Australian Financial Services license. There's things we can advise on and things we can't advise on. So you need to be clear if they hold a license, what they can and can't advise on. If so, what's the AFSL number? Just to make sure they're not giving you porky pies. What are their fees? Free advice or very low fees sometimes mean the fee is built into the product, means they put the price up on the product that they're providing to you. What other revenue streams do they have? Now, this is important. If they only make money from the products that surround your sale, it means they're going to try and maximize the profit out of you. So having other revenue streams means that they can provide you a good service. What's the percentage split, if any, between the revenue streams? Has the company been in business for 15 plus years? If no, it's a red flag because they haven't been through multiple cycles. Now, the founders of OpenCorp have been investing since 1977. Not myself, but some of the founders have been investing that long. So you can imagine the amount of market cycles that we've been through to see the ins and outs of how the property markets move over time and what causes those movements. Are they property investors? It's funny, so many people, brokers, real estate agents, even investment gurus, don't actually invest in property themselves. If so, how many properties and where? Provide copies of title. Who makes up the management team of their company? How long have they been investors themselves? Who are the company board members? What's their investment experience? How do they plan to achieve your long-term investment goals with a strategy that suits your needs, not their company's financial needs? Is the plan financial advice? This is important to understand too. There's a lot of investment companies out there who are actually providing financial advice, who are not licensed to provide that advice. Now, I've made many reports to ASIC about this over the time, but I wish there was more regulation in our industry, to be brutally honest, because it would solve a huge amount of people making serious financial mistakes. What's the client portfolio management process? Do they have regular updates to track your portfolio results? How do you track client serviceability and available equity positions? How do they manage the duplication process for clients? Do they have events so the clients can interact? A lot of these companies don't have large events getting all the clients in one room because they're scared of the horror stories. We love getting all the clients together so they can rub shoulders and discuss their success stories together. It's very rare out in the big wide world that you get lots of people who invest. It's nearly taboo to talk about investment and money in Australia. But allowing our clients to come together under one roof and share dinners and get together on family days allows them to spend time with people who have a similar interest and share their success stories. Do they have guarantees, and what guarantees do they give you? Can you pick the property? This is a bad one. So buyers advocates and most investment property sales companies actually have stock lists, or you tell them what property you want and they'll go out and find it. Now, this is not good because you're not the expert. You should have a company that doesn't have a stock list, that looks at your individual situation and goes out and finds the right property for you. What percentage of business comes for referral? Here's a trick. Give them a couple of letters of the alphabet and tell them to get the last name of clients that can provide a referral, and you can call them up and have a talk to them. This stops them cherry picking out people who are on their payroll and give a nice referral. Do they give referrals for accountants, conveyancers, brokers? What's their financial and portfolio structure methodology? Do the best, get them to draw the best financial structure, and I'll go through what the financial structure should be. So once again, these are some of the examples, and there's many, many more questions that you should be asking an investment mentor. Now, this is going to turn them a bit pale for someone who doesn't understand this. If you get any faltering, big motherhood statements, if someone can't give you a pinpoint direct answer, walk away, move on, and find a mentor that can look after your needs and not theirs. Checklist in the book. Stay safe.